Welcome back to the reality, guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co host, Brian.
All right, buddy.
We're back. Love is Blind, Argentina. This is week 3. These were episodes 9 and 10, including the weddings. Make sure you like and subscribe here, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all the reality, guys. All of the Love is Blind franchises, all the Netflix shows, and all of your other reality TV coverage. Brian, this was a shocker, and not usually the way we get the shocker in Love is Blind. Usually we're talking about the surprise breakups or non-weddings. Everybody got married outside of one couple.
Hmm.
Crazy. And we'll maybe briefly touch on some of those couples. Congratulations. Like, honestly, hope that most of them are together still. But listen, I want to talk about the one that ended on the altar. That would be Elena, excuse me, dumping Mauricio. And frankly, this was a non-shocker to me. This guy projecting the hell out of his insecurities about physicality, his body, telling her things like you need to get these chemical peels done and these surgeries. And then when confronted on camera about it, oh no, I was just joking. Like,
Right.
bullshit.
Yeah. I was very happy for her because that guy's a big time loser. And both of her picks are kind of strange if we're really gonna look back at our buddy that came to the bachelor party who's a creep. But
Marino.
yeah. So I am happy for her. I think she did the right thing. I'm very interested to see like end the reunion when she watches some of this stuff back. Like when she said like remember he even said like in one confessional that he like thinks her clothing is shit. So I'm
Yeah,
interested to
she
see like some
thinks
of
she's
those
like a
things.
poor.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, he's a big time loser. And he's
Yeah.
no looker. That's what I don't really get. He's not like he's some pretty boy. He's no looker over here.
He's My Chemical Romance Buenos Aires. Like he literally
Yeah.
is like a Chad. And frankly, I'm sorry, and I hate doing this. I don't have a long time to be able to pull this card, but like as a father, like that's embarrassing. Like how you're
Yeah.
treating and talking about somebody on camera for recording, that's embarrassing.
Hmm.
Like that's gross. You have a daughter, dude.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
grow up.
Yeah.
That's all you got to put somebody down is to be like, this 42-year-old woman isn't got a six pack. Shut
Right.
up, dude.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
one wants to spend their entire life not eating fun things. You're weird. We're like, you're getting your 30s, let alone your 40s, and you're still pulling this crap and you're like counting carbs grow up, dude. No
Yeah.
one cares. Go run a marathon. No one cares.
Yeah.
Like, I hate that.
Yeah. I'm very interested to see like what will happen when if I'm assuming next week it's reunion. I know it
Yes,
doesn't say
it
anything
is.
on there, but I'm pretty sure it is the reunion. Like, what is going to be the like? Are the hosts going to actually get into this guy, or are they going to like kind of let him off scot free? Because that's kind of been the theme for a lot of the dudes on these Love's Blinds. They kind of in the international versions at least.
I don't know. The only hope that I have that these hosts have a pulse is that they were at these weddings, right?
Yeah,
And they were the only people reacting to anything
yeah,
happening. Like every single family,
hmm, hmm,
stoic.
yeah,
That's like they didn't even like acknowledge it. Like they were all really pissed at the cameras, they were pissed that they were there. But the
yeah,
hosts are like looking around, like they're making
yeah,
faces, especially the guy. He's like, did you hear it? Like, especially
yeah.
in the Maria Elena, not the Maria Elena one, the Jose Luis and Florencia wedding, where they pulled those obnoxious, long, dedicated fake outs. If I'm one of their family members, I'm getting up after that and just being like, boo,
Yeah,
just
that
out.
was I don't that was crap because I had to scratch out my notes for
I don't
Florencia.
like
I thought
that.
she was done.
Listen, you can't have a however in there, like a Stephen A. Smith however,
Yeah,
and still be like, oh yeah, but I did want you. I kind of there was part of me that thought they were so corny that I was like, they might just be like going for the dramatics here. But like I was the same as you. I was like, oh no, I think this is just not gonna end well.
right.
And wrong. It was fine. It was just
Mhm.
they wanted a TV moment.
Yeah, because I mean, if my memory serves me correctly, they don't normally let somebody say yes and then say no. It's usually like no off rip, and then
There are no sacrosanct rules anymore in Love is Blind.
yeah, they
There's
don't like. I feel like
just that was
that's like the
willy-nilly.
ultimate embarrassment to say yes and then like the person says no.
JK Law. Like, I don't know. I
Yeah,
thought overall, like, this isn't a bad season. Like, if you want to talk about like success rate, they were pretty good with their couples. But we did get to see Robert again, Robert and Ava. And apparently, he went on a
yeah,
date like the day after they
right.
came back, which was classic. Like, I hope they see those are the people that like. I hope we get them in the reunion a little bit too. Like I want to hear
No,
more.
they need to be there because I think it's super important because I not that I didn't like the cast, I just felt like it's not as meaty. There wasn't like that many like super dramatic points like old other seasons where you can kind of like have like a huge 5 minute block of talking, 10 minute block compared to
It
other seasons we've done.
it didn't feel very after they left the pods, obviously, it didn't feel very Love is Blind. It almost felt like we were watching one of those more casual dating shows on like
Yeah.
a Lifetime or something.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it, but it just literally felt like a documentary of people dating. It didn't have the Love is Blind juice per se. However, let's see. Let's see in the reunion if they hate each other. And even if not, and these couples are still together, then at least they can show Argentina as one like, hey, look, it can work.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
we have 80% success rate in the first season. That's pretty good. So
Yeah, 'cause I also thought like all the conflicts in like these two episodes were wrapped up pretty quickly. Like
the
what's
Alencia
his
one.
which one?
What's her name? Like Alencia?
Augustina?
Augustina. Yeah.
Yeah, that one where like she's talking to Emily and Santiago comes over and kind of messes up. I mean, I guess maybe he was the only one where he's like, I'm packing my bags and I'm leaving. That was the only moment maybe that
Santiago was dramatic
he's super.
multiple weeks throughout
Yeah,
this. So like I just never thought they actually went and like did the proper family meetings and they did things. I always thought that that was just like that's a normal
yeah, right,
relationship. I mean,
right.
I don't I'm not an empty threat guy. I'm packing my bags guy because I know I'm not going to pack my bags. That's not really my style, but like, you know, whatever, man. Again, I'm curious to see how he's a few tantrums away from her being mean like, I don't want to do this. So
Yeah.
I'm curious if he was able to rein that in or not once the cameras were gone.
Because I think
Or worse.
he was the jealous hugger, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Like he didn't like her being hugged, which is just odd, but whatever.
No, would not have done well. On would not no.
Are you a little surprised that Juliet said yes?
No, I think they built that up. The storyline seemed to be me like they were like talking about someone who's actually evolving over time. And I
Okay.
thought she was, she thought out loud a lot. And at the end of the day, she's like, I'm just like the only problem is that I'm just not a very affectionate
Yeah,
person.
right,
I don't
right.
think that it's the person I'm with. It's just me. And I think that's a great realization. She's also so young though, dude. She's only 23. That's
Hmm.
what I do worry about when the cameras are off and they're just trying to live
Yeah,
a
like
normal life. He's
yeah,
32, she's 23. He's the more sensitive one. He's 10 years older than her.
right.
That's not maybe the best cocktail for a great marriage. But that being said, it could also be an opposites attract thing. So again, that's why the reunions are always really key on the show because there's always a lot of time that has passed as well. There's good and bad to that. The good
Hmm.
is that we do get to find out a little bit longer sample size if like these people could actually work out versus like, oh, we're off. We just got out of the wedding 2 weeks ago. So obviously we're all still together.
Right. I don't really know what else there was. I mean, maybe the Jose letter, but I guess again,
No, that's
so
because it
quick.
didn't lead to any real juice. Now, if
Yeah,
we get
that's
that
right.
stuff at the reunion, then
Yeah,
I think that's more worth talking about.
yeah, like
I think one thing worth noting on the way out, like you said, two things. One, we will be back for the reunion next week. Two, I like I've mentioned in a few reviews, but Love Is Blind Italy looks to be the next Love Is Blind franchise. Still no official logo, but it is on the coming soon placeholder on Netflix. So I'm hoping with maybe before the end of the new year. Maybe it'd be nice to get that in like December. It'd be kind of cool. Get one before the end of the year. But
yeah,
if
well,
not,
yeah. We also have Ultimatum on December 5th.
yeah, so maybe we won't. So it looks like in 2025, we'll get at least probably one US season. We'll get probably, I would guess, maybe another UK season, maybe another Mexico season. Habibi should definitely get another season. So
I mean the rate of what the Love Is Blinds we've had this season, this like these last few months, I think I wouldn't be surprised if they do drop it this month, December.
all right, yeah, like I said, so far so good. I thought it was a good season overall. Let's see in the reunion next week. It's going to come out next Wednesday. It looks like from what I saw last week before they pulled the date. So one episode next week. Check out all of our playlists. A bunch of other shows we're covering currently. But until next time, for myself, Brian, and baby, talk to you later.